The 2025 government shutdown crisis continues. Today, Election Day. Will a communist be voted into New York's mayor? Paul, what do you got to say?
Well, it's any way you cut it, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, I don't know. I wish I had a day off to sit there and watch the polls and watch TV and watch people's reactions, because it's going to change the face of New York like it's never been changed before. If this guy wins, and all indicators are, according to the polls, he's going to win. Now, if he does win, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have about 10 to 15% of the old New Yorkers leave the state. And these are people with money. And the new bumpers, and they're going to go to Florida, a lot of them. And the new bumper sticker is, "Don't New York my Florida." And those will be selling quickly. But the thing is that they don't want to live under a socialist / communist rule. And we already know that the taxes in New York are absurdly high. And they're going to go up again. He said that. Taxes are going to go up, but I want to have a government stores, and I want free rides here, and I want this child care, and it's going to be a shocker.
Well, in my opinion, this communist man who wants to be mayor of New York City is all part of the agenda, all part of the New World Order, the globalists trying to take us down with their bioweapon.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a situation where that when it does happen, I'm going to be bold and say when, unless some miracle happens, the changes will be so huge that you won't may not even recognize New York. I mean, so many old people will be selling and moving everywhere just to get out, and it could be part of this agenda. Now, if you look at the city right next, the state right next door in New Jersey, they're having a big election over there too for a new governor, and the governor is a person of color. Yet you have Obama not wanting this governor, and you have other people endorsing the opposing party. So what's up with that? I don't know. But I do know if they pull this off, again, it's going to be another major shakeup in the way things are going. Not to the extent of New York, but New Jersey's absurdly high already anyway with the taxes. I think it's one of the highest tax states already. So change has to happen, and if it doesn't, we're taking 2 steps back versus the 1 step forward.
The war and the battle is on. The enemy is trying to make some powerful moves today. Have you heard of this Prop 50, California?
Matter of fact, I have. And what they're doing is they're trying to counteract. I have to admit, the Republicans came up with this idea first, and out in Texas, then our fabulous Governor Newsom, well, he wants to stop that. So he's doing the exact same thing, but he's just using millions of tax dollars. I mean, since Newsom took over, we had a surplus before he took over. Now we're like $60 billion in the red. So, and this is the guy you want to run our country in 3 years? Not you or myself, but yeah, he's a failure, a flat-out failure. And he would have been fired if he was a CEO. And I still don't think they had a recall election. I still think the fix was in. I don't think I think he was recalled, but the powers that be covered it up. Like people aren't going to like this, but they did the same thing to Trump the time when Biden got in. The worst president the United States has ever had was Joe Biden.
Yeah, they really are trying to bring down the hammer today. Prop 50, California, communist mayor running in New York. We got New Jersey and we got Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, what's worse? My mother-in-law's cooking? I don't know. That'll get me on the couch for sure. But yeah, it's like when it rains, it pours, and that's what we're going to be seeing. And it's how we navigate through this.
Is Agenda 2030 is on the move for sure today?
I'm sorry?
Agenda 2030 is sure on the move today.
Oh, Agenda 2030. We know about that, and that was actually a whole media that was done in Brazil years ago. It seems like they're pushing that agenda for that 2030 agenda.
Of course, that's the game plan. That's the objective.
Yeah. It's and again, I just wonder how AI is working into this too. I mean, this is really uncharted territory. There's a lot of good things with it, but so many people are losing their jobs, and it's you have to reinvent yourself, even if that works. But I think the last chance we have is right now. Not one of the last chances, but if you want to go into the industry, we had better go into AI and learn everything about it, because you can ride that wave for a little bit. The trick is seeing things where they're going and able to adapt to that. So I don't know how it's going to change things. There'll be some jobs that won't affect AI, but what if they do automated trucking? I mean, that would affect the trucking industry. Right now, the truckers are being stressed out so much that everybody's got their hand in their pockets. These guys are working unsafe hours or pushing themselves to the limit. Then you got these other truckers coming from, I'll say it, India, and look at the major accidents we've just had recently.
And other countries as well. They don't even know how to speak or read or write English. They're out there driving, having a driver's license in these sanctuary cities, where it's like we're getting hit from every angle.
Well, we are. Yeah, we are, and we need more brave people to step up and stop this. Like, I think President Trump said, you got to at least be able to read English. This one truck driver that had the accident apparently had failed his driver's test 10 times.
I mean, you pull up at a truck stop and they're getting out wearing their shorts and flip-flops, driving this 18-wheeler.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my gosh.
Now, the EBT shutdown crisis almost got us, but we're hanging on for another day or so, another few days, actually, with some states stepping in. What's the newest on the EBT shutdown crisis?
Well, what I think this thing is an actual ploy, or using this as a chess piece to influence the election. It's going to happen in New York and New Jersey, and this is also, there are 10 million illegals getting benefits, more than Americans, and the Republicans are trying to probe this, but they're getting the Democratic judges to shut down the probe. Okay, and that's what's going on. And this is just really a slap in the face or a kick in the you-know-where, because this is going on. And prices aren't going down, they're going up, 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 up. And so it's a multifaceted enemy we have to deal with. Inflation, corruption, globalization in not necessarily a good way. So where do we go from here? I'm not quite sure.
Well, it's like they're throwing sand into the machine, throwing anything they can into the gears to break it down. That's what it seems like. I mean, we got people trying to run for political offices, speaking to their constituents in other languages. I mean, that should be illegal, in my opinion.
Well, again, it should. I mean, and the thing is, President Trump is, against this type of stuff. He wants to bring some back of the old values back to America, the way it used to be, some of the good stuff that kept us together, that kept us going forward. Sure, immigrants came in; they made some great contributions to this country, but yet we just can't turn our country into their country. That's not what America is.
And this EBT crisis, shutdown crisis, this is also affecting the food producers. The food producers have been taking a hard hit. There was a lot of fires, chain supply. a lot of their crops went rotten. Some of their stuff wasn't selling. This is another blow not only to the American taxpayer with the inflation of the EBT, but also now being shut down, causing civil unrest and the food production people taking a hit. All this has an effect. Every little thing has a huge effect in the overall big scheme of things.
Well, all these little things that they cumulative, they add up, and what's going to happen is you're going to be paying way more at the grocery store. You're going to have to like change your diet, change what you eat. You're not going to be able to have that steak all the time. Maybe not even hamburger. Maybe you'll be rice and beans for a while. But whatever you have to do, you have to do. Things do tend to go in cycles, but right now this is definitely not a good cycle. These prices are just like the average American can't afford them. You're giving all the good benefits to a lot of the illegals, and you've got people who are basically disabled. Some are veterans. Some people are mentally insufficient. You got senior citizens. I just saw one of the ladies been worked for 35 years, and she's going down to Social Security and say, "Why am I only getting $800 a month? I raised 5 children. I'm getting $800 a month for 35 years. That doesn't make any sense."
Well, there is some good news. The freedom fighters are fighting back, and there's some good news on the home front. We're slowly closing off the border, bringing jobs back. I did hear Trump give a briefing on the 60-minute interview, and there was a lot of good information in there. So much so, Trump had a meeting with Trump recently. Xi Jinping of China, and I think this is China indicating, realizing that they see that America is coming back, America is strong, so they need to make a deal. And they see the stuff that's going on. Did you get the same feeling?
Well, I do. I feel that China knows they can't pull too much over Trump. Trump's got, Trump will punch back, and they know they got to kind of play by the rules because, the United States is still the most powerful country in the world. And, we do need China, right? And a lot of people do need China, but it's a delicate balance. But Trump isn't afraid. He'll go out there and he'll still make it happen. So, a little sidebar. Nancy Pelosi is retiring today, so if that makes anybody happy, just to let you know, throw that in there.
Everybody can have a big party after the show. Nancy Pelosi is retiring, so the rumor is. Is it true?
Yeah, now if we can only get some of these others to go, we'll have a great, great world, but I guess we need them for something to talk about that's interesting, right?
Well, I heard the Japanese are pouring a lot of money into building auto factories here in the U.S. We're winning the AI war with the chips. Big movement on creating the AI chips, high-tech chips, supposedly going to dominate the market within the next 10 years.
That market is accelerating so fast. You got to be really on top of it. And we kind of setting the trend where it's going, but this AI stuff is moving so quick that most people just can't keep up with it. It can test a medicine within a couple of days versus a few months, right? So, with that, it's like, you're getting it done, but also you're putting a lot of people out of work who are going to spend that a bit of longer time. But everything needs to be more efficient, and that's what it's about. And that's what AI is, efficiency.
Well, today's a big day with the elections. We'll see what happens by the end of the day, and we'll monitor it very closely. I have my ideas of what's going to be happening, but we'll see if they come true by the end of the day.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I mean, anyway we cut it, the sun's going to set, and it's how we deal with the sunrise the next morning. And it's going to be a whole new world tomorrow. If this Mamdani guy does win, and all indicators are there, I think we're not even going to be able to recognize New York.
That's right.
If this one particular group leaves, the people with the money and the old New Yorkers, and a new group comes in, will this be the New York we know? I don't know.
That's right. The freedom fighters will never die. We'll take a hit and we'll get back up and keep on fighting.
But remember, it's the majority voted for him. You know, that's the beauty of voting, and that's what they wanted. That's what they're going to get. They made their bed. They're going to sleep in it. You know, they're going to sit there and find out the ramifications of voting in a socialist, communist mayor.
That's okay.
Where everybody gets everything for free.
They'll just complain and blame it on the Republicans.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about everybody's favorite city. It used to be called Sin City, Las Vegas. And right now, was one of my sources out there was talking about how with the government shutdown, the TSA and the air traffic controllers, you're talking about flights having 3.5 to 4 hour delay. That's, you talk about people get mad if their flights are 15 minutes late, half hour late, but 3.5, 4 hours right before Thanksgiving. Trickle down effect of what it's causing is just unbelievable, as in the flight delays, 4 hours, like I mentioned, working for nothing, tapping into their credit cards to survive. That was a pretty good job for the air traffic controllers as in pay scale, but the TSA doesn't make that much. It's a lot tougher for them. They're not as skilled, obviously, as the air traffic controllers, which is a hugely stressful job. So Vegas itself is hurting greatly. You look there, and parts of it are just abandoned. I mean, just like nothing going on. There are some places that are actually doing well, but very few.